Every now and then you'll find yourself feeling under the weather and then realize that someone else has it worse, including whoever the hell has kept his garden untended to for so long. Welcome to Leave It Alone, one of those cleaning games that people somehow find satisfying. So without further ado, to seal or not to seal? Pick up the leaves and dump them one by one, or unlock the bag tying ability by cleaning up the entire porch and throw it all at once. You want me to throw the porch into a bin? Ah yes, this is where the suffering begins. As any normal person, I am obviously gonna pick it up one by one with my hands because I do not have money for tools. Currently, I can only hold so much in one bag, that is 50 leaves, although I don't understand how exactly that works. So now that this bag is full, I have to walk over to this bin and dump all the leaves in there. And I got paid 20 cents, so you might be wondering, are there any upgrades? Yes, there are. Which means that as time goes on, I can get to pick up more and more leaves and somehow get rid of all of this. And now, with the fluid picker upgrade, I can hold the mouse button. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have $1 whole, which gets us nothing. Want a tip on how to beat the game very easily? Greedy Grasp is the way to go. The other essential upgrade would be Dexterity, meaning you can pick up leaves faster than anyone in the West. If this was a competition, I'm pretty sure I'd win. As you can see, if I walk up to the porch, which is currently 7.7% done, if I manage to clean it all up, I can unlock the bag tying ability. Also around the place you can find these pictures scattered in different areas, and these serve literally no purpose other than just go into your collection. Also, if you listen closely, that is me attempting to run. You know, a basic thing that normal humans can do. But in this game, you have to pay for it, and it wasn't even made by EA. I feel like with how long this is gonna take, I'm just going to do a let's game it out moment. And we're done, and as you can see, I have now unlocked the bag tying ability, which when I click the right mouse button, creates these little bags, which I can throw into the bin. Just like that. Now the next reasonable step would be to clean the entrance, considering it gives us a decent plus 25% leaf value. Now by tying bags, I can put them down into little spaces and continue picking up leaves until I have like a dozen of them. Which would then in turn look something like this. And now you might be asking yourself, what are you gonna do with all these bags? Well, I'm gonna dump one of these bad boys from 15 meters away. According to the game, this would be 8 meters. But what you don't know is that by running and jumping, and with that, we now have this checked off. And now with a staggering $17.48, I can finalize my upgrades. And now I am left with a whopping $3, which I can then use to repair these vents, which I can either rake or blow these leaves into. However, once I get $7.50, I can buy one of these rakes. So, for the most part, I'm gonna have to use my hands. And that should be $7.50 right there. And with that, I can now buy this beautiful rake. Nice. And now I do not know where this vent goes, but if I rake a bunch of leaves into it, I get money. As long as I'm getting paid for it, I'm willing to do anything. And just in case you're wondering, yes, there are upgrades for the rakes too! And now with all these leaves in a beautiful pile, I can easily just rake them into the vent next to me, and I'm already getting paid by the hour. However, we still have a problem, this driveway and this basketball court. So we just get this away from the walls, put it all right here, and start raking in the profits. And now I have just enough money to buy a loaf of bread, and I can sprint. But wait a second. That garage looks interesting.
Hood classic.
Yeah, anyway, sorry about that, I just had to. Anyway, now that we have a clean driveway, even though we don't have a car, we can move on to cleaning the garage. Which leaves you wondering, by default, both of these doors should be closed. So how did the leaves get in? Do the leaves know something we don't? Anyway, the next tool we're gonna be buying for a whopping $50 is gonna be a leaf blower. And according to the game, this thing's a lot of fun. Or optionally, which I have failed to notice, we can upgrade our leaf bag. So now it can hold upwards of 500 leaves, which is much more realistic than last time. And now, this is looking much better as well. Anyway, after some more thorough cleaning, we now have the money for a leaf blower. Nice. And those with keen eyes can also tell that there's more to this game, including a basement. Safe to say we'll be here for a while. So naturally, we're gonna be using the vents. And with that done, we can now crouch. However, I do have a guess. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like if I had a basement, I wouldn't leave it open from the outside. And now that we have the key and all these bags, if we look closely, in the game's checklist system, you're supposed to hit the basket with everything you can. So naturally, what better to hit it with than a leaf bag? What now? We can unlock this gate. Which leads us to here. More leaves. And now with this lower area done, we can climb up here and see that, oh my god, we have a pool. Now you might be asking yourself, what to do with this big pile of leaves? Majestic. And now, with this place being cleaner than ever, we have unlocked the grill, which lets us go back here. And yet another vent that this time costs $10. And one that costs $15. Why would there be an air vent in the middle of a pool? Don't ask me. However, we do have this silly little beach ball, which we can use to hit the basket. What? These doors are impossible to close. Ladies and gentlemen, the $20 vent. However, once we're done with cleaning up around the greenhouse, we unlock the secret room. Now, I would be asking how these leaves got in the greenhouse, but, yeah. And we're done! Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the secret room?